Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is one of the most powerful books on human relationships. If you want to improve your social intelligence, be more persuasive, and develop leadership skills, this book is your blueprint. Despite being written over 80 years ago, its principles remain just as relevant today. That's why it's still one of the best-selling books of all time. In this video, I'll break down every chapter, summarizing the key insights so that by the end, you'll have a solid understanding of Carnegie's teachings, almost as if you read the book yourself. Part 1. Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Have you ever received criticism that made you defensive rather than motivated to change? That's because people don't see themselves as wrong, even when they are. Criticism wounds pride, triggers ego-driven defenses, and often leads to resentment. Legendary pilot Bob Hoover once experienced engine failure mid-flight due to the mechanic's mistake. Instead of yelling at him, Hoover reassured the mechanic and let him service his plane the next day. He understood a key truth. Encouragement changes people. Criticism only makes them bitter. Instead of criticizing, find ways to encourage growth. It takes strength to understand and forgive. Give honest and sincere appreciation. One of the deepest human desires is to feel appreciated. Praise and recognition drive people to achieve great things. Carnegie suggests using simple phrases like thank you and giving genuine appreciation. But the catch is flattery backfires. People can tell when compliments are fake. Be specific and sincere in your praise. It costs nothing but can change everything. Appeal to the other person's interests. When fishing, do you use cheesecake as a bait just because you like it? Of course not. You use worms because that's what fish wants. If you want to influence someone, talk about what they want. Andrew Carnegie tested this principle by writing letters to his sister-in-law's kids, who never replied. Instead of demanding a response, he casually mentioned that he was sending a $5 bill, but accidentally forgot to include it. Suddenly, they wrote back asking where the money was. People care about what benefits them. Before making a request, ask yourself, what's in it for them? Part 2. 6 ways to make people like you. Be genuinely interested in others. Who's always excited to see you, never judges you, and makes you feel special. Dogs don't try to impress you. They just love you. That's why they're so universally adored. People, too, are naturally drawn to those who take a genuine interest in them. Want to make friends? Ask people about themselves. Remember their problems and follow up with solutions. Show curiosity. You'll win more friends by being interested in others than by trying to make them interested in you. A smile can change your entire social life. A New York stockbroker named William B. Steinhardt experimented with smiling more. The results? People smiled back, workplace compliments were resolved faster, and he became richer and happier. Smile like you mean it. It's a silent way of saying, I like you and I'm happy to see you. Remember people's names. Your name is the sweetest sound in any language to you. If someone forgets your name, you feel unimportant. But when someone remembers it, you feel valued. Carnegie suggests repeating a person's name when you meet them. When meeting somebody, instead of just saying, nice to meet you, say, nice to meet you, Tom. Forgetting names is like saying, you're not important enough to me to remember. Don't make that mistake. Be a good listener. Want to be seen as an amazing conversationalist? Listen more. Carnegie once attended a dinner where a botanist talked about plants for hours. Later, the botanist told the host, Carnegie is such a fascinating conversationalist. The irony, Carnegie barely spoke. Let people talk about themselves. They'll love you for it. Talk in terms of their interests. Again, don't fish with cheesecake. Talk about what excites them. For example, instead of saying, subscribe to my channel because I want 15,000 subscribers, I should say, subscribe so you don't miss more valuable content that helps you grow. Frame everything around how they benefit. Make others feel important sincerely. Most people believe they are superior in some way. Subtly acknowledge their importance and watch how they open up to you. Treat every person, no matter their status, as important. It will set you apart. Part 3. Win people over to your way of thinking. Even if you win an argument, you lose. because you've damaged the relationship. Instead of proving someone wrong, find common ground. Admit your mistakes quickly. Own up to your mistakes before someone else pointing out. Carnegie once broke a park rule by walking his dog off leash. When confronted by an officer, he immediately admitted fault. Instead of issuing a fine, the officer let him go. People respect those who admit mistakes with humility. Let the other person feel like it was their idea. People support ideas they believe they came up with. When dealing with the difficult negotiator, Carnegie said, "You know more about this than I do. What do you think we should do?" Suddenly, the man shifted from opponent to mentor, and the negotiation became easier. Let others take ownership of ideas, they'll be more committed to them. These principles aren't just winning friends, they're about building meaningful relationships. If you master them, you'll be more likable, you'll be more persuasive, you'll have a deeper, more genuine connections. But here's the catch. You have to apply them. So try one principle today. Maybe it's smiling more, maybe it's listening more, whatever it is. Start now. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.